spread of aquatic invasive species now extending even to Pelican Lake near Brainerd, it's becoming even more important to inspect your boat. New laws, including the doubling of fines to help stop the spread of invasive species, took effect on July 1st. Lacey Monteleone has more on the inspection process and what these new laws mean for boaters.
Zebra mussels are exceptionally bad for lakes.
And for many reasons. These tiny creatures can do a lot to change a lake.
The water becomes clear, which means the weed beds grow out farther, which means it changes the whole habitat of the lake, and then the fishing becomes completely different than it has been in the past.
The watercraft inspection program hopes to stop that from happening by not only inspecting boats, but educating boaters as well.
But basically, we're educating people to inspect their own watercraft, really.
OnSpock says fishermen tend to be the most knowledgeable about the process.
The recreational boater, the one that's going water skiing or something like that, tends to be a little bit less because they only see it once or twice a year.
When inspecting your boat for invasive species, one of the first things you want to do is to check your propeller for plant material. You also want to check your tire wells, brake lights, and underneath your boat, as well as discard any bottled water.
I think that pouring all the water out of the live wells and draining all of the water out of my bait, even my leeches, is a little rough.
Maher says complying with that part of the invasive species laws can get expensive.
Minnows tend to die pretty easily, and you can flush a lot of money pretty quick.
But DNR officials say the reason for rising fines came at the public's request, and that the alternative could be worse.
Worst thing that can actually happen is another lake becomes infested.
And for fishermen, that could be a big fine in and of itself.
I think especially outdoorsmen understand how serious it is.
Because the spread of invasive species does not only change the way you fish, but everything else about the lake as well. Lacey Monteleone, Lakeland News.
Another big change to invasive species law is the boat lifts, docks, and other water-related equipment, except for boats, have to go through a drying out period of at least 21 days.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.